What's up, y'all? So today I'm going to propagate 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 into the room. That was a little bit much for y'all. Hopefully y'all still stick with me, okay? Apologies, but just go with it. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, today, I'm going to talk about alchemy. Are you alchemizing your life? What is alchemy? Well, it's the very thing that's been utilized against you for countless years, but you don't even know what it is.
I take it you're here to retrieve your brother? What's your payment? Do you intend to offer your own body?
Yeah, I've got your payment right here. So go ahead and take it. It's my portal of truth. So I get to make the decision on how it's used. Is that right?
And you're sure about this? You do realize that you'll never be able to perform alchemy again without your portal.
I know it contains every secret alchemy has to offer. However, it's also led me astray. I became convinced I could solve everything with alchemy. But I couldn't possibly have been more wrong. That was just arrogance.
To lower yourself to a simple human?
What do you mean, lower myself? That's the only thing I've ever been. Just a simple human. Who even needs alchemy when I've got them?
That's the right answer! Good job! You beat me!
The back door's right over there! Goodbye, Edward Elric! Now let's go home. Together.
So let's stop. For one, your foods are all alchemized. It's all about the chemical makeup, what mixes together. Cooks, or chefs rather, are alchemists, because they are putting ingredients together. If you've ever made a meal, you're an alchemist. You're mixing ingredients, salt, pepper, paprika. Oh God, it's gonna taste good. You are alchemizing that food. That is exactly what we have gone away from. People don't realize what is anymore because it's not pushed in front of your faces, because some want to control the narrative. But you are an alchemist, whether you know it or not. I mean, almost every aspect of life involves alchemy. But what we tend to do when it comes to this part of the matrix is we make alchemy so magical. It's magical. Well, it is, but you lessen the magic. You don't actually push it as magic. You don't actually push it in the manner that cooking is alchemy. Oh, it's magical. Which it is. If you can cook, you're creating art, magic. The one thing about our society is that we compartmentalize and separate so many things when they're all one and the same. Biology, geology, zoology, they're all one and the same. You can make the correlations, you can connect the dots to one another, and oh God, it's all one. They've alchemized your minds, separating. I mean, honestly, they have alchemized your minds, and when I say they, I mean members of the order, So for those out there, who's they? Dopamine, serotonin, melatonin, all of that is a part of alchemizing one's brain. Pushing things that will coax dopamine is what tends to be done the most. I mean, look at what happens to you when you watch certain things. Understand, and overstand the emotional responses, because those are chemicals being released in your body, electrochemical responses, rather. That's all alchemy there, folks. But it's like codes, it's alchemy. It's all one and the same. So you have to realize what alchemy is. I mean, Full Metal Alchemist does push the envelope when it comes to alchemy, but it's not very far from the truth at all. What's necromancy then? Well, that's a lesser form of alchemy, so let's not get too off in the sticks about necromancy. If you want to know about necromancy, just read Frankenstein. That's a book about necromancy in itself. So
If a single charge of electricity can induce such a reaction in a muscle, then why not a heart?
You are jumping to conclusions.
Is that not the job of a scientist? To dream the impossible. The brain sends nerve impulses throughout our bodies, which causes reactions.
Impulse, yes.
Yes, but what if that which we call our life force is nothing but electrical energy?
Victor, only God can make life.
you're utilizing the vessels, the deceased vessels, the corpses, to bring back life, to reestablish life into them using dark magic. It's not really dark magic, it's just a lesser form of alchemy, using the etherics to cultivate life into a corpse, a vessel, an empty shell. But we're getting off into the sticks. This video is not about necromancy. I guess one day we might make one about it, but it's not really pertinent at all, so maybe not. Who knows? Luck of the draw. But back on topic, we don't realize that a lot of the things that we do, or eat rather, can cultivate longevity of life. This is why I push flavonoids, because it's a part of the Krebs cycle. If you read up on the Krebs cycle, you understand the power of citrics when it comes to the cellular makeup of things, or the cellular process.
In the matrix of the mitochondria of all our cells is the cycle of reactions that won Hans Krebs a Nobel Prize. The cycle takes the energy in food and makes it into other forms your cells can use. Krebs cycle makes electron carrier NADH, which later brings electrons to the electron transport chain. And Krebs makes FADH2, its function is the same. Krebs also makes some ATP, another claim to fame. We're talking Krebs. It's a citric acid cycle, Krebs. Tricarboxylic acid cycle, Krebs. Each cycle makes one ATP, 3 NADH, 1 FADH2, Krebs. It's a citric acid cycle, Krebs. Tricarboxylic acid cycle, Krebs.
Now, people talk about designer babies. They're using CRISPR, they're using genetic engineering to make these babies better. If they really understood, and overstood the genetic makeup of these forms, those designer babies would be living thousands of years, tens of thousands of years. But you can't get around certain things, can you? Those telomeres are really throwing a doozy at you, aren't they? But you can even get around that to a certain degree, mind you, because those are there for a specific reason. But you have to really take heart or get to the point of knowing that you actually live in an era where someone will make it to 200 years. You actually live in an era where someone will make it to 1,000 years.
The immersion in the frigid water caused Adeline's body to go into an anoxic reflex. Adeline Bowman's core temperature had dropped to 87 degrees. At 8:55, a bolt of lightning struck the vehicle, producing 60,000 amperes of current. The charge defibrillated Adeline Bowman's heart. She was jolted out of her anoxic state, causing her to draw her first breath in 2 minutes. Based on von Neumann's principle of electron compression in deoxyribonucleic acid, Adeline Bowman will henceforth be immune to the ravages of time. She will never age another day.
That's impossible. Well, nothing is impossible, honestly. But what you're going off of is old school notions, old school understandings, overstandings. I have to say all three, okay? Just go with it. You are working on the basis that I watched my grandparents pass. I watched the elderly pass. They can only get to a certain level. 100 tops. Well, 125 tops, but I get what you're saying. But that's because they were in an age of not knowing. You live in the best era imaginable, the age of knowing. So the amount of research you do will play a very profound factor in whether or not you're one of those individuals that can break past the traditional mantras, the traditional rhetoric, the controlled structure given to you by those who wanted to maintain authority. So we're at this point now. Really, it comes down to what you intake. So I'll give you one. You have folks out there who have young ones pass, or they themselves are at a specific age and they have some crazy disease, cancer, or something that compromises their immune system. They believe that they can't do anything about it. They go to these doctors, endless doctors. I want to live. Second opinion, third opinion. I go to the experts in their field. But yet, you yourself haven't researched it. You yourself don't know the molecular structure of your blood. What makes up a cell. You haven't researched it to be able to discern what to put in your body to get rid of that thing. To reverse the process even. But you can't, they already said no. That's what they said. This is a tier system. They can only tell you so much. That's why you have doctors out here, or people who are learned, who go off on a limb and try to bring you information to better yourself, but get labeled quacks. And then they pass, but you know.
He offered cures for incurable diseases. He offered hope and life to those about to die.
What they will do with AIDS is the same thing they do with everything else. They will figure out a way for you to live with.
This is how the healthcare hustle works. We bring you in, you're sick, we start you on treatment protocols that are many times more toxic than what we're treating you for.
It just is mind-numbing to see how we can allow people like this to come among us, poison us, and then live comfortable lives.
He's an immigrant from Honduras who never went to school, college, or medical school. Yet the man known as Dr. Sebi claims to have found the cure for several life-threatening diseases, including AIDS. Too good to be true? Well, you be the judge.
He made black people question the information that they were getting from their very own medical doctors.
We have been misled not only by the foreigners that are not part of our race, but we were also hoodwinked by our brothers that was trained by those people.
Dr. Sebi did not have to go through university systems once he realized that the knowledge was all around him, that he was walking over medicine.
The tier structure. Well, if they knew, then they wouldn't pass. Well, listen. This is a matrix, so people get caught up in certain aspects of the matrix that get them brought to a certain level, which can ultimately lead to their demise. Now, there are people out there who can look past those things, bring you information, not care, and actually know for a full fact that they are in control of certain aspects of this matrix. So nothing anyone can do can harm them. It's in the mind. So yeah, how are you living life right now? Are you alchemizing what you eat? Are you alchemizing what you put in your home? Candles, scents, okay? Not change, not scents, but you know, we knew what you meant. Gotta make sure, you know, you live in an era where some people just, what's he talking about? So yeah. What you wear even. Like this. I mean, these materials that we put on ourselves, they even can affect how we feel. This is why people have allergic reactions to certain things. You really have to know yourself. Now, I'm not discrediting the medical workers because they know about certain things, okay? But they cannot overstep their bounds as well. They have to work in the confines of the system that they want to make money in, want to live in. So they're not going to overstep their bounds because that only leads to one thing when you are at a specific level. And nobody wants that. They don't want that. So we'll just push what we can. Of course you need to take this. This is amazing for you. And in the meantime, they take it and, oh God. It's still good. Oh my God.
Meanwhile, we're seeing different reactions. A lot of people talking about this one. Take a look. One nurse in Tennessee fainted on a live broadcast after getting the shot. Doctors say it's not uncommon for people to have that reaction, and minutes later, she was back on her feet. That nurse says she feels confident that her vaccine was done safely and correctly.
But it's all about perspective, perceptions, knowing, and how your body will respond to that. Now, you can put certain things in your body, and the body will fight it. It will fight it to the best of its ability. Some people will succumb, some won't.
This is going down tonight, so I want everyone to be prepared.
Tonight?
Can we do it next week? Me and MiKa'El got tickets to WrestleMania.
This here little DNA bead comes from a little girl in Riverside, California. Didn't like to wash her hands. Took me 3 whole weeks. And this one, 6 days flat. Then there's this old guy in Philly. I killed him in 72 hours. Until my man Frank. I'm gonna take him down in 48 hours. Get my own chapter in the medical books.
Is there anything that, say, a white blood cell could do to stop this evil plan? You know, hypothetically speaking, that is.
Who are you?
Who am I? Bad booty shaking picanosis. Yeah, that's who I am.
I never heard of you.
That's because you just got here. Bad booty shaking picanosis stands above all the rest.
Oh, that hurts.
Ah, that's a cop.
Well, what do we have here? An officer of Frank's finest. Lay down a towel. This is gonna be messy.
Everything is timed. So that's a part of it too. When you look at alchemy, you can't just look at the chemical structure. You have to look at certain aspects. How much time it takes for that to do that. Or the alignment. What day is it in conjunction to what I'm actually using? Because certain chemicals resonate more with certain alignments, certain celestial processions. You have to look deep into it. It's not just surface level. You can't just, oh, it's chemical mixing. It's more than that. Even the tone of voice and can result in certain things. This is why you have certain people out there who can speak a specific way, a specific tone, and folks resonate with that. Oh God, your voice is dreamy. Chemicals are released for them to say that. That's alchemy. So you can sit up here and make definitions about alchemy, but alchemy is so much deeper than what folks understand, overstand, and understand. It's a lot that goes into it. It's not just surface level chemical mixing. And hey, we got a philosopher's stone. We mix a little bit of mercury. We mix a little bit of mercury, a little bit of gold, a little bit of iron, and hey, philosopher's stone. No, it's none of that. So, I mean, honestly, if y'all hear that clickety clack, it's these. It's like, take them off now. Alchemy. So yeah, realize where you are at this present moment. Understand, overstand, and understand. And if you hear like air in the background, that's my fan. I have it on because it's warm. Alchemy. But yeah, know where you are now. Who's to say you're not the person that's going to live to 200 or 1,000? I still think that that's too grandiose. I don't think that's going to happen. Well, then you're not the person that it's going to happen to. Sorry to say it. There are people out there who are getting to a point of knowing. And you don't need adrenochrome for it. That leads me to my last topic. They use fear. It's something that people can feed on, but it leaves them low-browed as well. This is why a lot of the foods you eat, if you're going to eat meats, depending on how the animal dies, there are chemicals that are released into the bloodstream that makes its way around the body, and you eat into that eventually, and you're taking in that energy. You know that, right? That negative, that dark, that low end energy, that fear. You're taking it in. Some people can feed off of it and it makes them, oh God, I love fear. But ultimately, it keeps them at a specific level, just like it keeps anyone who eats an animal out of fear at a specific level. If you are going to eat an animal, this is why the natives who went hunting, they respectfully did it. It makes it taste better, actually, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. If you are going to eat meat, don't eat it like that. There are people who eat humans, and just like we need that fear, let's put them on a preserve and set them free. Tell them to go run for their lives. We'll go hunt them down. It's going to be great. We not only get that adrenaline rush, but we get to eat them to boot. And that fear that they're feeling, oh my God, delectable. Oh.
There's about $200 in the cash register. It's all yours.
Where are we?
What? Son, we don't want no trouble. Just take the money.
I don't want your damn money. Where the fuck are we?
Arkansas.
What?
We're in Arkansas?
Jesus.
We have grandchildren.
Oh, you have grandchildren? Can I see a picture of them? I'm just kidding. I give a fuck. Give me the phone.
Son, whatever's going on here.
What's going on is we're getting goddamn hunted.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah. There's been a killing spree. You gotta come here right now.
Can you repeat that, sir?
There's been a murder spree in the woods, that fucking massacre. Listen to me, okay? We woke up with these gags in our mouth, and they have these locks on them.
Sir, I need the address.
Fuck. All right, listen to me. They grabbed us from all over, and they brought us here to kill us, and they're still trying to kill us, and they're coming down the fucking road. Please, just trace the call.
Of course. That's a great idea. We'll trace you, sir. Sit tight.
Okay.
Help's on the way.
What'd they say, dude?
They said they're coming.
Thank Christ. Hey, let me get one of them. Bring it on. Son, would you mind putting your gun away? The fuck? Hey, you okay? What's wrong? Hey, get some water, dude. Dynamic. Oh my God.
I'm not cleaning him up.
You're going to hell.
I don't believe in hell.
All right, then. Let's get some more.
Okay.
The climate change myth suffered another blow today.
Get a pack of lights, please.
Coming right up.
You want to fill her up?
I don't have a car.
Oh. Everything okay?
It's for, emergencies.
You want some matches with that?
Yeah. What state is this?
Sorry.
You don't understand the question?
Oh, no, I didn't. Just most people know where they are.
Why ain't most people?
You're in the glorious state of Arkansas. Is there anything else that...
Cigarettes in Arkansas only cost $6. You fucked up, bitch!
So yeah, with that, don't get caught up too deep into it. Just do research on topics, research on foods. I tell you about flavins or flavonoids because those are good for the Krebs cycle. If you don't know about the Krebs cycle, look into the Krebs cycle. Know what makes your body move, what makes it work, what makes it tick. There are people out there who do. They look at the blood mostly, but the blood is just one aspect. It's an ecosystem in itself. It is a planet in itself. Many worlds. But we are too busy looking at it from a more humanistic lens, and it's just blood. Those are just motor neurons, nothing to it. No, they're inanimate. What exactly is inanimate? Non-living? You were saying non-living? But what exactly are you trying to say here? Okay, they're inside of you, so they're not inanimate. Well, I misspoke. It's they're not sentient. Who listens to you? Who's listening to you? Who is listening to you? I mean, honestly, because if they're listening to you on a more 3D understanding of linear way of thought, you're so far behind, it's not even funny. You go to the back of the class, please sit in the back. What did they used to do back in the day? Put the dunce hat on. That's just sit in the back, okay? It's okay. Nobody's gonna judge you here. You don't know. That's well within your right. NPC mode. Popcorn. How may I help you today? It's okay. Nobody judges NPCs. Some people do, but not I. I do not judge. I am. So, because I know. Hey, I am because I know. Ooh. I'm a character, but so are a lot of people. So are you. If you're watching this, gotta have fun with it, right? Can't be, oh God, I'm shaky. But what is alchemy to you? How are you going to alchemize your life? How are you going to transmute things for the better, for yourself? To understand, overstand, and understand the way this world, these cosmos operate. With that, live long and prosperous, my friends. Yes, I'm stealing from the Vulcans. But with a smile on and positive vibes your way. For the light workers, keep doing your thing. For the chosen, stay on mission. And for those who know, let's get it.